is urging the federal government to use all diplomatic efforts to ensure the return of former President Goodluck Jonathan, who is trapped in Guinea-Bissau following the coup in the West African country. Jonathan is among African leaders on the joint mission of the African Union, the Economic Community of West African States ECOWAS, and the West African Elders Forum, who were in the coup hit Guinea-Bissau to monitor the presidential election held over the weekend. The House, by extension, is also urging the federal government to rescue Nigerians equally trapped in Guinea-Bissau. They made a call during plenary on Thursday, a day after military officers took over power in Guinea-Bissau. This is what we're talking about today. You can call me Solo, you can call me Mr. Solo, you can call me Souls, you can call me Mr. Souls, but officially, I am Solomon Offem. Welcome to Matters on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Now, joining me to help analyze this is Dayo Kayode. He's a public affairs analyst, of course, a PhD holder, an aviation expert. Dr. Kayode, thank you very much for joining us on the show. Doctor, can you hear me?
I'm not hearing you properly. You are too far from the phone.
Oh, okay. Actually speaking on the mic. Can you hear me now?
I think so.
Okay. So, obviously, the biggest talking point, not just locally, internationally, I reckon, is the coup in Guinea-Bissau. And of course, the updates there just reaching us is the fact that the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, is trapped in the country because of the coup that happened in the West African country. But first, let's talk about the coup. What is going on in West Africa? It looks like, Guinea-Bissau obviously is the latest country that has been hit by this in West Africa. What's your thought on that? Hello, sir. Hello. Oh. Are you there, sir? Can you hear me, sir?
Sometimes you are far from the phone. Sometimes,
Okay. Let's see if we can change the medium of communication.
I'm not hearing you now.
Give us a moment. Give us a moment, okay? Let's address that. Hello, sir. Can you hear me better now, doctor?
Hello?
Can you hear me better now, doctor?
I'm hearing you.
Okay.
It's better.
It's better. Okay. So we're talking about the coup d'etat that just happened in Guinea-Bissau, and the latest report today is the fact that former President Goodluck Jonathan is trapped in the country because of the coup. But let's start from the coup itself. It's happening that we are in a period of a coup happening in Africa. What do you think is going on? What's your thought on that?
yes, definitely there will be coup in Africa, and if care is not taken, we ain't seen anything yet. It's just building up. And why am I saying this? Is because the so-called political oligarchs within Africa doesn't even know their limits. They don't know their limits. They are playing upon the people. Why are they also doing that? They are trying as much as possible to corner the commonwealth of the people to themselves. They are too greedy. Too greedy. Look at what happened during the last election in Cameroon. In Cameroon. Tijani now, yes, his name is Tijani now, the opposition leader there.
Yes, Tijani.
I've left the country. I left the country to go and take Kesele somewhere else. I mean, how can you say you are now ruling for how many arms? 10th term or what? At what age? I followed that election.
92, the last time we counted.
Is it what?
I say he's 92 years the last time we counted. That's a point.
Yes, that's where I was going. Even the daughter went against her. That should go and relax. Now tell me, you tell me if he has not changed the hierarchy of the soldier there to be his son. I think his son and his cousin or so were leading the military there. Would they not have struck? Would they not have struck? Now look at me. I was shocked yesterday. I was shocked because all I was expecting was the result. But look at all the fracas, all the settlements, all the broglou towards the election. It should be expected. Whereby you gag opposition, you gag the people, you gag the press, nobody can talk, nobody can move, people are hungry, and angry, and you know that an angry stomach,
yeah,
they have no ears. No, they don't have. And for everybody to survive, they got to do some things. In Yoruba, our elders will say, that is when you pursue a goat to a blockage, you think the goat will not turn back? To pass, and if you are not careful, woe unto that person if he should wait on the way of the goat. That's when you know the goat will use his head to carry you up and fall you down. And that is exactly what we're experiencing in Africa. And if the leaders in Africa are not careful, so I don't want more shop. That is, if they stop all these their barbaric political attitudes, so many coups will still happen. Look how happened in Nigeria recent. There was a coup scare. Even though we are not hearing anything again about it now. People are now silent about it. They don't want people to know the result of their investigation. But we must know. We are going to demand for the result of that investigation. We are going to demand for it. You can't talk again. The opposition are not there. Look at what Wike is doing with PDP. Okay, they had their convention in Ibadan. Because they can have their convention. Even though the courts too is not helping matters. Giving different types of judgments on the same case. When the judge is not, the court is not helping matters, the legislators, they are there swindling us. Look at Akpabio. When people are hungry, you are supposed to be talking about security. You were saying yesterday that somebody has invited you for what do I call it now, a dinner, and you are saying to the people that are hungry and angry, 75,000 naira, small 75,000 naira as minimum wage, government cannot pay, and kept increasing prices of goods and services, and you are saying people will not talk. These people that you are suffering, they don't have people in the military. I mean, the military that you have already bought, they don't also have families outside that they are not in the military. These are issues, Solomon, that we all must consider in Africa if we want these incessant happenstances of coup d'etat to abate.
Now, let's take a look at the circumstances that led to the coup. Before now, the president has been accused that Umaro Sissoco Embalo have been accused of silencing dissent. The country is one of the poorest countries in the world, and during the campaign before he became president, he promised to make the economy better. But as anything, he's been accused of making the economy even worse. And obviously, he suspended the legislature. He suspended the judiciary. He's been silencing dissent. This was even before the election. And then in the course of the election, there have been lots of accusation and counter accusation between him and the opposition leader, and both the opposition leader and we've had two different announcements of results. You know, the opposition leader said he's won the election, and he, as the incumbent president, said he won the election. With all these, some may say these are sign of a fracture of democracy in the country. But despite then, some may argue that, well, we did not see this coming. There were no sign that there is plan on the pipeline by the military to take over, and of course the military took advantage of these cracks to affect the coup that we hear it's been successful. Hello, sir. Hello, doctor. Can you hear me?
Yeah, the thing was cracking. Yes, I'm hearing you now.
Okay. So, did you hear the question, sir?
No, I have the question. Now, let me take it along this line.
Okay.
The legislature suspended. Judiciary suspended. What are the organs of democracy? The moment you have done that, that means there is no more democratic practice in that country. That's number one. Number two, you promise the people that you are going to improve the economy, that you gave them hope. Yeah, let me put it out. You gave them hope. But you later got there to dash that hope. Dashing that hope, I will give you an analogy towards that. Then you will answer me, you will also answer my own question. Somebody is very hungry. And is still getting a little bit of crumbs to eat where he was. You now ask the person to come and stay in your house. Now don't worry, that combo you are eating there that you are still hungry, I will give you indomie in my house. I will give you some jambalata foods and all that. And that person's mouth started watering. and they followed you to the house, or getting to your house, no food, no water, even life becomes more unbearable for that person. What do you think that person will do with you? Are you there?
I'm there.
What do you think that person will do with you? Will he be happy with you?
Obviously not.
He will fight you. He will fight you seriously. And if you are not careful, he will bite you. Because already, you have turned that person to be insane. The person is no more sane. You have removed the person's sanity. And at any point in time, it can go berserk with you. That is exactly what we have experienced in Guinea-Bissau. And in any country of Africa that is inflicting pains on its people, that is inflicting hardship on its people, that is eroding democratic tenets within its independent and sovereign states, they should be expecting that. Any country within Africa. Because all these leaders in Africa, that is what they have been doing. Africa that is supposed to be the captain of the world, they are now the cleaners, the dirty jobbers, of the world. We have no reason for going to be looking for greener pasture elsewhere aside from Africa, because we have all the necessary resources. We are so blessed by the Almighty Creator. Is it weather we want to talk about? Or the soil, fertility of the soil, or the human capital, or the population, the youth population? What is it that we are blessed with? But unfortunately, we have some leaders that are wicked. They never listen. Know why? Mahatma Gandhi said, our resources are just good enough for our need and not for our greed. The moment that line of need and greed is not well understood by the leaders, or not well taken care of by the leaders, then you must expect revolt. You must expect revolt. You must expect disobedience. You must expect series of protests, and you must expect some kind of antithetical behavioral pattern to the established rule of engagement. I'm not saying rule of law now. Rule of engagement. What has happened there should be a serious warning to other African leaders that are out there listening to me this afternoon and are not ready to make the people pivotal to their policy decision makings.
Now,
The essence of any government
Okay.
is to ensure economic well-being and security of his people. The moment a government is abdicating that, then it should also be expecting as a concomitant effect what I call disobedience, serious one, and it can come in any form. It can come like we are seeing now in Guinea-Bissau, military coup d'etat. It can come through people's occupation of the land. It can come through disobedience to rule of engagement. And it can also come as people taking the bulls by the horn and enforcing serious revolution.
Now, another question is there a scarcity of leadership in Africa? I mean,
is there what?
Is there a scarcity of leadership in Africa right now?
There is no scarcity. There is no scarcity other than most African leaders are always full of themselves, women together.
I mean, the question is valid considering the last I'd say 10 years we've not exactly been lucky in electing the right leaders, either by election or by coup or by any form of unconstitutional takeover or any even constitutional takeover by election. We've not exactly been lucky in that department. Is it the leadership that is scarce, or some may say it's because of the mentality we as Africans have in terms of the kind of leaders we bring forth?
The answer to that question is twofold.
Okay.
Twofold. So also we have it on the followership, and I will explain. Number one, leadership. The so-called leaders believe that the leadership position belongs to them and no other person.
You're talking about the political class or the elite.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And with that notion, they want to, by all means, perpetuate themselves in that office. And the practice they have been using has to do with intentional propagating of hunger and hardship of the people. Because there's a belief that it is you that is well fed that will be able to think and write. You should go to all these better climes like America, UK, Europe, everywhere. Food is always the cheapest. Food, accommodation, education, and health. They're always there, inclusive of security. And that's why they are always thinking right when it comes to elections. Unlike here, poverty have been weaponized. Again, they also ensure that they look for people that can do their biddings, and then also put them in some political offices of responsibility. And that is why you have even some governors. Go and check out the CV of some governors. You see some of them with fake certificates. Go to National Assembly. They're out there. Minister. She didn't want just resign of recent. We have a whole load of them there. They also resigned as a minister that time. Former speaker of House of Reps. What's his name again these days? That Hausa boy. All of them. They are there.
My memory actually, but yeah, I know.
Yeah, it just keep my memory too now. I will remember when I remember now. I tell you. You understand? They are all there. Go to state houses of assembly. You also see them. And these are the people that will now say, okay, we want to change the law. Third term. We now start the issue of third term. After third term, fourth term. But let them contribute meaningfully on how to improve our economy and security. You see them sleeping in the house. But when it comes to budget padding, and then for Ghana must go to change hands, you see them rushing on the top leadership. Let me talk to the people. The people are brother. Yes, yes, the government has recognized poverty. But the question the people have refused to be asking themselves has to do with what level of resilience should they put up? You have been hungry. These people have been making you to be hungry and angry for the past 4 years. Very visible. You have been hungry and angry for the past 4 years. Children have not been going to school. You have not been able to have access to good health facilities. Likewise, accommodation. Likewise, transportation. And all that. 3 days to election. This one is now coming. Come and take 1 kilo of Maggi. Come and take 1 derica of rice. Come and take 10,000. And you still go like that silly sheep being led to the altar. I mean to where it will be killed. You are still following sheepishly. So it now becomes an issue. Because of these people that I also see as societal marauders, societal terrorists. You'll be killing yourselves. You still be killing yourselves. There's an article I'm developing now. The article should be out in another few days. You know me, I don't write every time. I write when I want to write. The title is The Leopard Gap Shepherd, Jeopardy of the Flocks. The leopard gapped shepherd, jeopardy of the flocks. And that is exactly what we are experiencing in Africa. When you see somebody is to protect you, and rather than protecting you, will be protecting terrorists against you. We read it now, we had it now, it was in the news now. A non-terrorist being arrested. A non-terrorist being arrested. And the person that is supposed to be protecting the people now called that terrorist should be released is his son. Terrorist your son? Yeah? Terrorist your son? Since 2017, Solomon, I have been shouting like a million voice in the wilderness regarding Sheikh Gumi. Regarding Sheikh Gumi. How can Gumi be gallivanting on this our land? Say you are negotiating for terrorists. You know where they are. And DSS never for once called him and queried him. Rather, you'll be running after El Zakzaki. You'll be running after El Zakzaki. You'll be running after Nnamdi Kanu I'm not his fan though. I'm not saying Kanu doesn't have his own. But you'll be running after Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is not as dangerous as these bandits and terrorists and Boko Haramists. The energy you're supposed to use to pursue those people, you're using it just on an individual. You know, you to use your sledgehammer to kill the lion. You are using sledgehammer to kill the fly. Is that not idiocy of government? Idiocy of government.
Now, the African Union and the Economic Community of West African States
that can bite and couldn't bite. AU that can couldn't bite, including of ECOWAS.
And the West African Elders Forum, they've obviously reacted to this coup. And let's take a look at their roles in these. Over the years, they've tried to be more involved in elections in Africa, where they send the delegates, and in this situation too, they send some delegates to Guinea-Bissau to monitor the presidential election there. But obviously, I mean, just like you've alluded to, that they bite but they can't back.
What has been sorry Solomon, what has been their results in all this? To what extent has this union, yes, I'm following you, to what extent has this union been very hard on African governments that have not been protecting their citizens, that have abdicated their first function to the people in terms of ensuring economic stability of the people? To what extent has AU and ECOWAS been doing that? Look at this same ECOWAS. When what's his name? When there was a coup in Mali,
yes, and Burkina
and
Faso.
all that, and Burkina Faso. What's the name of that guy? Burkina Faso again? That good guy.
I've forgotten his name.
They were saying yes, we are going to come to you with military. Even I remember ECOWAS committee of the army chiefs, they met and then planning, say that they are going to go and fight the poachers in Mali, Burkina Faso. I was just looking at them. People are not serious.
They also threatened sanctions.
Yes. Now, look at what is happening between Nigeria and America. You are now saying Trump is overstepping his bounds. Have you not been overstepping your bounds before? Did you not set up ECOWAS? I mean, ECOMOG to go and fight in Liberia and Sierra Leone?
Yeah.
Did you not set it up? Now, insecurity, marauders, terrorists, and all that, you are allowing them to fester anyhow in your country. And then another one now say is coming here not to fight you, no, but to help you send away all these terrorists and capture them for you. You are now coming over series of propaganda.
We're trying to remember the Burkina Faso guy, Ibrahim Traore.
Yes, sorry. Yeah. Then the other was Salisu Ibrahim.
Yes.
That speaker then. Salisu Toronto man. Eh? Do you understand? You're not telling me that Trump should not come. Why did you go to Sierra Leone? Why did you go to Liberia as a ECOMOG? Okay, you say you are not in government then. Fine. You are in government now. When were you planning to go to fight in Burkina Faso? That you are going to fight Traore in Burkina Faso? Why? Look at that nice now. They started assembling vehicles in that country. They started assembling vehicles in that country. Within how many years? Within how many years? And they have been exporting those vehicles now. They have been exporting them. Tell me, will the people not be happy with them? The people will be happy. Nobody gives a hoot who is fooling. No. The thing that Africans are looking for, they are very small. They don't ask for much. Africans are not asking for much. We are contented people. What we are looking for is economic well-being, standardized economic well-being, and security. Whereby anybody can travel from point A to point B without any harassment. Whereby we can live without unnecessary fear. Good food, good accommodation, air facility, school for the children. Clothing is not even too important. Nobody is asking for clothing. Nobody is asking for clothing. But let people look healthy. So tell me, to what extent, as ECOWAS leaders, AU leaders, have been ensuring that when they have their so-called summits? No, tell me. Let all of them be stranded there. Then they will learn their lessons. They will know that they have not been doing what they are supposed to do. I only pity Jonathan anyway. Because here is a man that said, nobody's blood is what is staying in government. That's the kind of a leader we're talking about.
And it will be interesting what his stake will be when it finally comes back to the country, because obviously it's not a big deal. The House of Reps, have urged the federal government, and of course the information we're having here is the federal government has opened a diplomatic channel for his safe return. So
nothing is going to happen today, because all those soldiers there, they are not animals. They are not animals. They know that they have to ensure their safety because of the diplomatic immunity they have. All these people talking, they only want to be heard. What will they do when Nigerians were trapped in other places the other time? What did they do? Even when they were supposed to send vehicles to them, was it not Sudan and all that? Were they not embezzling the money? Tell me. Were they not embezzling the money? It was in the news now. So when Nigerians were just left alone, even in South Africa, what did they do? When South Africans were harassing Nigerians, that they cannot even go to their hospitals, that they should not even go to their schools, and they were harassing them there. Public activities there. What did they do?
So it will be interesting to see what his stake will be, because he's Goodluck Jonathan is a true Democrat when you consider the peaceful nature to which he handed over. So he doesn't exactly have the hot blood and the tendency of most African leaders, but at the same time he will be cautious of the way he does his criticism of these unconstitutional takeover, when you consider a lot of these political leaders have failed woefully. So it will be interesting to see how he tiptoes around the morality or immorality, depending where you stand, on these unconstitutional takeover against political leaders that have failed. But have you not been listening to some of his utterances? Jonathan, have you not been listening to some of his utterances concerning what is happening in Nigeria here? He has always been against leadership PDC. He has always been against leaders that are wicked. He has always been against leaders that promise hope, but thereafter making people to be hopeless. He has always been against politicians not fulfilling their promises to the people. Yes, that's enough for you. And some
because now.
And some will say African leaders are given, some will say African leaders are given democracy a bad name. Hello, sir. Hello, can you hear me, sir? Hello, doctor. Looks like we're having network issues again. Hello, can you hear me, sir? Well, we'll try to see if we can re-establish connection with Dr. Dayo Kayode as we round off. If you're just tuning in, this is Matters on Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and we're talking about the latest and the coup d'etat that just happened in Guinea-Bissau, where the House of Representatives is urging the federal government to use all diplomatic efforts to ensure the return of former President Goodluck Jonathan, who is trapped in that country following the coup in the West African country. Jonathan is among African leaders on the joint mission of the African Union, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, and the West African Elders Forum, who were in the coup hit Guinea-Bissau to monitor the presidential election held over the weekend. The House, by extension, is also urging the federal government to rescue Nigerians equally trapped in Guinea-Bissau. They made a call during plenary on Thursday, a day after the military officers took power over the Guinea-Bissau. The officers suspended the country's electoral process and closed its borders 3 days after the West African nation's legislative and presidential elections. On Wednesday afternoon, the head of the presidential military Office, General Dennis Nkanya, told members of the press over the leadership that a command composed of all branches of the armed forces was taking over the leadership of the country until further notice. Nkanya read the announcement seated at a table and surrounded by armed soldiers. Incumbent President Umaru Sissoko Embalo, who had been favored to win Sunday's election, was inside a building behind military headquarters with the Chief of Staff and Minister of the Interior, that according to international news sources. Embalo later said he was arrested while he was inside the presidential palace. Also arrested are the Chief of Staff General Biagu Ntan, Deputy Chief of Staff General Mamadou Traore, and the Interior Minister Buche Kande. Election observers from the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, and the African Union, EU, and the Nigerian government have raised concerns over the coup. In separate statements, they described the coup as unacceptable and call for the return to democratic governance in the West African nation. We've not been able to re-establish connection with our guest, Dr. Dayo Kayode. So we'll just open the phone line for you to start making your contributions, and the number to call is 0700-903-903-903. Again, 0700-903-903-903. You can also call the number 003-692-9933. Again, 003-692-9933. You can also call or text us via WhatsApp, and our WhatsApp line is 081-717-56338. Again, 081-717-56338. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Coup.
Yes, so welcome to Matters. Tell us where you're calling from, please.
My name is Charles, calling from Goodluck.
Okay, Charles, go ahead.
Yes. God bless everybody. You know, Mr. Charles and Mr. One of your issue is we should mind what to take.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Yes, you see, let's call it to the state. You see, that link is see that he's trying to generate the evils in all ramifications. And from another better, you know, we can do the asking question for this money. So Jonathan is going to travel.
Sorry, do you know what we're talking about today?
Yes, I think it's constitution. I'm talking about. Wait, let me just make a contribution, please. Hello.
If the contribution is not anything to
yes, I will go. Because you mentioned about Jonathan, I did chat in Guinea-Bissau.
Okay.
So, yes, when they ask guys Adani to say Jonathan is being trapped in Guinea, he say let it remain there. What do you do that to do? See, as the national religion, there is something you ought not to see. It's like we are the one of the biggest tribalistic person in this country. We are talking how this country will be peace. Each and even one of us will work together. And look at what we are saying. It's not that we want to fight. We talk about the Biafra war. If you want to talk about the history, you know where problem is coming from. I am from Niger Delta. I'm telling you, let me know what you say in the national. Even when they ask him, they argue that when police say there was genocide in the peace, we can give the action. We say we don't want to say anything. That after the election, we do something. Now the election has ramped up. He has not said anything. I'm a man that I call the state a state. That my not support injustice. But let me know what is saying in national radio.
Okay.
This is the question. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Zero 903 Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well. This is Mr. Ben calling from job.
Okay, Mr. Ben, go ahead.
Yes, please, I want to contribute on share for this army taking over. What I want to say is this. If you think that our former ex-president, Jonathan, is stand down there.
Okay.
So what I want to advise Nigeria is for them to just come down. That our aim is coming very soon. Bye.
Hello? Okay, well. Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Okay, there are two lines. If you try the first one, is not going through. Call the second one 0700-903-903 and 003-692-9933. You can also call or text us via WhatsApp, and WhatsApp number is 081-717-56338. Hello.
Hello, this is Solo.
Yes, so welcome to VOP. Tell us where you're calling from, please.
Good afternoon. I'm Edward from Sandy.
Okay, Edward, go ahead.
My advice for Jonathan, though you have tried, but I can even say let him minimize this exercise, because our African leaders are not trustworthy. Because compared to what is happening in this country, they always block their ears from not listening to what people are saying. Like, look at what happened in that area, how their demand did not how it's align executives, judiciary and the legislative. So where is that kind of thing happen? And if you look into Nigeria, it's almost the same thing. But even trying to let this our country to know that let them use what happened to other side and learn a lesson. Because if you are leading people, you will have a listening ear. When people are crying, you have a listening ear. Nobody is a mugu, nobody is a slave in his own father country. Like what is happening in this country now. The APC-led government is supposed to know that people have been voting out for electronic to digital voting. Those things is not addressed now. It's not addressed. We are just talking about insecurity. And many things we told them to do, like making an open broadcast and telling us who is funding or financing terrorism. Government are not listening. But what they will do now is that by the time they keep silent, they go to election period, they will do rigging. And when they rig, they will say, if you do not like it, go to court. This time it cannot be like that again. It cannot be business as usual again, because people are deprived, people are hungry, people are angry. So if you go and do nonsense and tell them to go to court, it will cause a lot of problems. So the better let them just sit on round table now and do what is necessary. We don't have time to correct many things.
Okay.
But let them correct it now before it's too late. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to VOP. Tell us where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, I'm calling from Otad. My name is Victor. Are you still on? I was listening to your program a few minutes ago. Is the doctor still around?
No, he's gone. He's gone.
Okay, but are you still on the issue that we were?
Yeah, we're still on the issue.
Yeah, I think for me, yes, quickly. Yes. I think quickly. Let me commend the doctor that you brought. I think you should open a platform where people like this doctor that just spoke. We should get Nigerians who are concerned about taking back this country. Should all gather and get a platform, and then we forcefully find, just as the doctor said, it's almost imminent that either they take back this country through revolution, through a coup, through any means possible, because these people cannot be taking us for a ride. It's getting too much. Just as the doctor said, they have weaponized us with hunger, with poverty, with every sort of thing, just to make us slaves to them, and them are the master. Can you just imagine Fabio saying that, reading on the Senate, that he has been invited to a dinner from the president's wife, while he knows what is the insecurity we are facing in this country. So just like doctor has spoken, I think a platform should be created when well-meaning Nigerians, not this set of politicians, not this article, all these ADC people that they brand from one party, from PDP to APC to tomorrow ADC, they deceive us and come out, including Peter Obi. All of them, we don't need this type of people. We need fresh politicians, fresh people that can take back this country. Thank you very much, and I have a lovely day. I enjoy your program, and keep doing this good work. God bless you.
Thank you. 0700903903903 and 003-692-9933, and the WhatsApp line is 081-717-56338. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to VOP. Tell us where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, this is Mr. Benny. Sorry for my sanity.
Okay, Mr. Bennett. Go.
Yeah, I've listened to your program.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
Okay, can you, first of all, can you move away from the radio or TV set or switch it off totally? We're getting a whole back.
Alright, can you hear me now?
I can hear you clearly. Go ahead.
So what is going on in this country today? And my recommendation is insecurity, hunger, people are suffering. These are the reasons that make military to take over the government. Yes, I don't take any.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, these are the reasons, because I remember when I was in secondary school, when I was taught how reasons when military comes to power. These are the reasons. So we shouldn't surprise to know that when military come and take over this country, we should not be a surprise to us, because what is going on now is these are the reasons that need them to take over power. Yes, look at everything. In fact, I can't say more than this. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay, let's take a break and read. See if we can. Okay, yeah. Let's see if we can read more message. And of course, we have a Richmond to start it up. Okay, go ahead, Richmond.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Solomon. Yeah, the first message says, I just pray Goodluck Jonathan return safely. On the issue of the coup, I'm not surprised because for the past years, the deposed president has been unpopular because of the style of leadership. This is an eye opener for our leaders here, especially our president, whose policies are anti-masses and has failed woefully. The worst part of this is the one-party state, which is trying to do. Let this be a lesson to him to make our democracy work. Breaking news now: the military has just escorted Goodluck Jonathan to the airport for safe return. That's from John from Ijaniki.
Okay, thank you very much, John from Janiki. Okay.
Yeah, the second one is
Okay.
good afternoon, Solomon. What cause of coup in Guinea-Bissau is because of bad governance. For Nigeria, the change of security staff is more or less propaganda. It is because the government is afraid of the coup attempts. This government is afraid. That is why he changed them. The only time you can see our police and army work is when people protest or demand for their rights. That is when you can see them doing eye service or hypocrisy for government case study. Hence, as 2023 elections, bad governance, and the Nnamdi Kanu protest, and not the demolition of.
Urumshuki. Okay, let's end there. That's a lake call from Lagos. Let's speak. Yeah, it is a long one.
Good afternoon, Solomon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Tell us the name, where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Joshua Pumpkins. I'm calling from Okota.
Okay, Joshua Pumpkins, go ahead.
Yes, when we have a president that is never had in this world that died 2 times, and I heard that in the news bulletin today that the federal government is telling the elders to drop their arms. And with what we've seen in the social media platform, do you think they are telling the truth?
What?
See, Nigeria, the government now.
Okay. Do you know what we're talking about right now?
Yes, we were talking about Guinea-Bissau coup. I do not want the military to take over because Boko Haram are in the military.
Okay.
Yes, I don't even want it to happen. But if we Nigerians would not want this thing to happen, it's better we start correcting those people in Abuja. Make them do what they are paid to do. It is not in this country that 2 trillion naira is still missing. And some other billions have been revealed that is being missing in this country. So they should take care of their issue, Jare. I have a wonderful day.
Thanks, you too. Okay, let's read more messages. Okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon, VOP. Nigeria only needs military help from international organizations such as US Army and NATO Army to smoke out these terrorists. Bandits and the kidnappers and those who sponsor them should be arrested and jailed or life imprisonment, while Sheikh Guma should be tried in International Court of Justice. Those 400 names from UAE should be released and published in national newspaper. If these things are done, peace will be restored in the land and Nigeria will be great again.
Okay, that's El Sagi and Nahuru from Ota. Okay, quickly the next one.
Sure. Solomon FM, good afternoon. My name is Gabriel from Ikorodu. We're in trouble as a nation. This is not reasoning false a lot. Too many people don't really know what Nigeria has been plunged into by late Buhari. Last night I watched a video clip where
Toji Bello
are going to boasting that very soon they will bomb Asurok. Doesn't it mean that our security agencies like DSS or police have not seen this clip? Why is it that when people from other regions cough DSS, police and army will certainly know how to do their job, but when terrorists threaten us and our national sovereignty, they will treat it as if it's normal? Nigeria, when these things are happening now, where is this? Now we're about to begin. Most of us cried out, but many Nigerians are still asking, how would this be possible? Now they will have started saying this possibility. Let us swallow fear and keep calling this government out until they wake up. For the last time, all is not well with us as a nation.
Okay, let's leave it there. It's a very long one. Okay, for you tuning in, this is Matters on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Number to call 0700-903-903-903 and 0803-692-9933. You can also call or text us via WhatsApp 081-717-56338. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to VOP. Tell us in the way you're calling from, please.
Obina calling from a company.
Okay, Bina, go ahead.
Concerning the Jonathan, is very weak before the election 2015. So I blame Jonathan for what is going on today in Nigeria. Because his weakness of Jonathan that he bring Buhari in. Okay, since the death of Yar'Adua, I know that many people are not happy with you being a president, and then some people are making reckless statements instead of you as a Jonathan president of a nation to hold them responsible, and then you are trying to make them happy. See where we find ourselves today. So Jonathan knows this is very weak before the election.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, let me quickly read these. Okay, we have another call. Let's pick this first before. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to VOP. Tell us where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, I'm calling from Ajawa State, Mr. Fan.
Okay, Ajawa State. Go ahead.
Yeah, the problem we have in Nigeria is that we soon forgotten our history. For instance now, since all the observers have been going to other countries, even in Nigeria, what are we benefiting from it? At the end of the day, they will see all the loophole and the way the election is going. At the end of the day, they will just stand on the side of those who have been getting the power the way they want it. So, we can only amend our own ways because nobody that is happy for what is happening, even in Nigeria as a country. Because when the former president, our president taking over and telling us to go to the court, I think we have our servants. What did they do to us? Did they tell us the truth? Even the Jonathan and every one of them who know how the election goes, did they tell us the truth? Let me Nigerian wake up and collect our country back so that we can move forward. It's a shame to this country the way we find ourselves. A common man cannot fit. People cannot stand on their feet to call themselves say we are Nigerians. Are we continuing to move this way? Can we not just reason to ourselves that we must come out of this problem and find a way forward to call ourselves back again to know that we are Nigerians?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm pity because we need to turn around, talk to ourselves and think about the future of this country. The way the country is going, we don't even bother. Please, I'm begging those that are doing that. Let them think about this country called Nigeria. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Okay, let's read more messages. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, King Solomon. In fact, these people called ECOWAS has no shame at all. They are part of the problem Africans are facing today because they are enjoying the impurities happening in Africa. If care is not taken, military will take over the entire Africa, and nothing being done now. Solo, do you know what is going on in Lagos State call me concerning 2027 elections? The leaders in so many markets in Lagos are telling traders to transfer their voters card close to the markets where they can do business, so that they can force them to vote for APC. It's happening right now in
Oniru Market.
Live. You can do your investigation as a journalist. APC is after 2027, not about the Boko Haram and bandit activities going on in Nigeria. That's from Mayor from Ikotun. Okay, let me greetings, Mr. Solomon. With regard to the coup in Guinea, it's good riddance to bad governance in African countries. Our democratic leaders in Africa failed us. Topping the list of African democratic leaders is our own BAT, who transferred his mediocrity in leadership to punishing the masses. Under APC government, no hope for the masses as long as they remain in office, except God intervene in this country by any means possible. Valentine from Apapa. Hello. Oh, we lost that. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Tell us the name.
This is Malik speaking.
Okay.
Is it because the man does not want to cause chaos and people to lose their lives when he's weak? He was never a weak person. He was only a man that has a fear of God that allowed things to be for other people's life to be saved. For the Nigerian leaders, Akpabio, the Senate president, is being carried away by the much money he has. Akpabio is a lawyer. He's not even an intelligent man. But because the money is too much, he could talk anyhow he wants. But you will not blame him. I keep saying, the people in this country, we are the problem, including me. Because we don't want to stand for our right and die for it. We still believe, I don't want that Mama Deba pikin Deba make I manage, because one day to get to me and I'll do worse than another person. Because of our common greed and selfishness, we don't love ourselves because we go Nigeria. We don't love ourselves. There's a video I saw of Shegumi telling his son that doesn't like the NTA, you are the future CDS. You know what that means? That means he's grooming the boy to become the chief of defense staff. And this is a man that is supporting terrorists. Yes, the DSS have not called him one day. A man that is saying they to negotiate with the bandits that are murderers. To make matter worse, the judicial system in Nigeria is now garbage. You sentence a leader of a terrorist group 20 years in prison and give another man that only you said because of the vocal word he said, you should be sentenced to life in prison. What do you want other people to think? Let's be sincere. And you see the TSS again, sorry please, finally. You said you negotiated with terrorists for them to release the girls that they were no ransom pay. I beg, how can you tell Akara that is being fried, that it's not baked, that there were no oil, or there's no fire that make Akara to bake? Is that not rubbish? Well, I'll not blame them. The people, by the time
Say what the caller said right now about GEJ. He is sentimentally imbalanced. Analysis is disturbing.
Analysis is disturbing him mentally.
Yeah.
Analysis is disturbing him mentally.
Yeah.
Many
coups
are
on the way. If
Chidi from Ojo Barracks.
Yeah. Good afternoon, VOP. The worst Nigeria deal was to allow APC to take over power from PDP. Honestly, APC has killed this country. That's Mona from Shomulu.
Okay, and let's see. My name is Onyegetri. I believe Nigerians haven't realized that the Fulanis and the Hausas, including the UK, are the ones controlling Nigeria. That's why a terrorist can't be persecuted. Okay, let's go. Hello.
Okay.
Solo, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Tell us the name. Where you calling from?
Solo Akobuba is my name. I'm calling you from Apapa.
Okay, Akobuba, go ahead, sir.
Solo, the former president Goodluck Jonathan says, and my ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian. Do you know what? Nigerians are seeing him as a weak man simply because he said the blood of any Nigerian did not want my ambition. And they are kind of leader who have the interests of the people first. Under Jonathan, 18,000 minimum wage can buy you a bag of rice. As a matter of fact, to summarize it, the civil servant building houses that he has.
It looks like you're going to have to call us back.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
But we can't hear you.
Okay, I'm hearing you clearly. Can you hear me now?
Okay,
now they have gotten a strong man, a very strong leaders, which they are looking for. Right now, they cannot sleep with their two eyes closed. Can you imagine Nigerians? They cannot travel from point A to point B. They have a strong men right now. They are being ridiculed all over the world. They have a strong men as leaders. I think we should be building strong institutions, not strong men. Jonathan was busy building strong institutions, and Nigerians are tagging him as a weak man. Now we have a strong man in power. How is your country faring? How is your currency? How are you being respected all over the world?
okay.
How can you travel from point A to point B in the name of being safe? How is your future? You can you imagine Nigerians tagging a man who said the blood of any Nigerian do not want my ambition? Nigerians are seeing him as a weak man. Nigerians, please know what you want and define your priorities. Thank you.
Okay, the truth is that military won't be able to take over in Nigeria because our military are working for the corrupt politicians. Okay. Hello.
Mr. Solo.
Welcome to VOP.
My name is Ralph from Satellite Town.
Okay, Ralph, go ahead.
This man we're talking and don't talk now one talk. And I tell you the truth. I don't know what Nigerians want. We want something different. They want to be controlling the same thing. This is how they go and sleep and work on hotel that people is weak. The whole ex-governor an ex-governor who govern the state without any issue, without any cause of any problem, is weak to govern Nigeria. Because we keep on building a strong institution instead of strong institution. That's the problem. Because we can rise and do whatever we like and from it. People can wake up and say to us and get on with it. Apart from can anything and get on with it, and they are strong people. You see this Nigeria where it's not going to better easily. It's not going to do better easily. And this is what we want. When you want to make things, when you go the rule of law, you look, you don't know anything. But when you're only with stick and authority, yeah, this is what I want. You can't most of them talk. Those who keep on saying it. People know that election, they couldn't go and protest. What happened to our rule of law in this country? Can we continue this and say something good? The nation should be ashamed of themselves the way they read it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, good afternoon, VOP. Tell Jonathan that what they call free and fair election in Nigeria is nowhere near free and fair in the decent and civilized society. Therefore, all of them in ECOWAS should stop taking African youth for granted. Louis from Surulere. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Sono.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to VOP. Tell us
This is
your name.
Ola
Ola calling from.
from Abled.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
I want to talk about these people who are agitating for Coup. You should understand the kind of something we are wishing for, because the military we are agitating for them to take over. Is it the kind of military we have now that want them to take over? The military that is being adamant to what is going on in the country, the insecurity, what people are done, and they will place them in some position. One order will be given to vacate the place, then the attack will happen. See the kind of military we want them to take over. I'm not sure the best agitation, we should just look for the overall is the better thing.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, Solomon of Mandagas. This is not the first time Guinea-Bissau has experienced a coup. With 9 previous attempts since gaining independence from Portugal in 1974, the country has been struggling just like other fellow Nigerians with political instability and military interference. But then Nigerian House of Representatives has urged the federal government to deploy diplomatic channels to ensure Jonathan's safe return, and relevant authorities are working to ensure his security and facilitates his return to Nigeria. I pray for his safety return back safely. His safety return back home. Mr. Gumbi from Demo. Okay, can you quickly take the next one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Don't worry. I think he's not he's sending a message that he's not happy that I edited his so okay. Let's pick this call. Hello.
Hello, awesome.
Yes, so welcome to VOP. Tell us the name where you're calling from.
This is Ethan from Ikotu.
Okay, Ethan, you're there now.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, go ahead. Talk to us.
I am weeping for Nigeria. I cry so much for Nigeria because we are neither here nor there. We don't have a military. The national military we don't have. We have religious military and tribal military. Religion and tribe has divided our military into shreds. Whereas the democracy we have here is just wickedness. Wicked people call themselves Democrats. We don't. What is the definition of democracy? Is it a country where the justice system is paralyzed? Where the judges will see white and say it is black? Is that democracy? Is it a system where INEC electoral reforms up till now, we've been crying for electoral reforms up till now. Nobody is talking about that. Talking about ECOWAS and AU, honestly, those ones are the worst leaders in the world. The leaders of ECOWAS and AU. They have no direction, no compass. They have eyes but they cannot see. AU and ECOWAS, we should just forget about them.
Okay.
I would rather prefer that we have an African system of government. Because the military we cannot say they should take over because they are paralyzed themselves. The democratic system is not working. Common electoral reforms, let them do it so that we use our ballot to choose our leader. But now the way it is, even if we come out to 200 and something million people vote against APC, APC will still come up until electoral reforms is done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is the last message on our WhatsApp chat, and it says, "Good afternoon, Solomon. Yeah, Jonathan is not dubbed weak because of his stance on the election. Rather, he's referred to as weak because he didn't take action against Boko Haram members in his government, which you admitted." That's from Chima from Surulere.
Chima from Surulere. Okay. Unfortunately, this is where we draw the curtain for today's edition of Matters. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for your contributions. We'll be right back tomorrow. Same time, 1:30 p.m. Same station, Voice of the People, VOP 90.3 FM, and same program, Matters. Do follow me on IG at SoloFem1. That's SOLOFEM figure 1, SoloFem1, and on Twitter, SoloFem. You can also follow VOP on all the social media handles at VOP903FM. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at VOP903FM. See you again tomorrow. I am Solomon. See me, I don't even forget my name, self. I am Solomon of Signing out.